What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to some more guitar lessons. So I'm trying to rock out the 4-cable method here with the rev and axe effect, so we're going to see how it goes, make sure nothing blows up, which would be positive. So what are we talking about here? We are going to be rocking out using our blues scale, but how do we make it sound metal? You know, we don't want to always have it sounding blues, but we're just going to say this is the only scale that you know, and you want to play metal, so how can you kind of get there with the sound? So I have 5 different examples here for you that we're going to be going through lots of different ways of, you know, just applying the blues scale to not make it sound bluesy, to make it sound metal. So if you want tabs for this lesson, they are down below in the description, chilling over on my website. You can also pick up lesson packs that I have over there, also available for download. So we're just going to go ahead and get going and jump onto this one and take that blues and turn it metal. Alright, so our first lick was this one. And what I'm doing here is I'm starting out 14 pull off 12 on the D, and I go to the A string, but instead of going to 14, I'm going to go straight to that flat 5. I'm going to go 13 pull off 12. Then I go to 15 on the low E string with my pinky. So back to the A string, which is 12, hammer on 13. So then I go to 12 on the D. So there's so many pull-offs in here. The picking is not super crucial. It's more what you kind of want to do with it. But I'm just going, looks like all alternate picking. So that's that first one. You know, just sit there and kind of warm up through it. All using notes that are within the blues scale, but that, you know, just going straight to that flat 5 makes it sound so dark. So that's example number 1. So example number 2 is kind of a simple one, but simple is sometimes what you need, and it's effective. So that makes me think of like the Goosebumps theme song. Now what I'm doing here is the original lick I had was this. I went 12, 14, 15 on the G, and then 15 on the B, which that roll was kind of weird. I didn't like the, it's a little bit noisy. So I was like, oh yeah, duh, our flat 5 is also right here. So 11 on the B. And it makes it more like just a normal pentatonic lick. It's still part of that blues scale. I'm not, adding any notes. I'm just going 12, hammer on 14 on the G. Then I go to the B string, and it's 11, hammer on 15, pull off to 11. So kind of a weird stretch, within the blues scale. Once you kind of get the hang of it, you go back to that 14. Just kind of cycle through it. I'm sure there's other notes you could add to this to continue to make it sound more metal, but that's just a simple one, but it sounds really, really cool. Alright, so for the third one, we're getting into some more difficult territory here. Now, what we're doing is we're utilizing octaves, which I do all the time if you're familiar with my videos. I think they're extremely powerful. So we're going like this. So I'm going 12 to 15 on the low E string. Whoa, try that again, 12 to 15 on the low E. Then I'm going to go 12 to 13 on the A. And I'm picking, going pick, 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 hammering onto that last one. A little bit more of a dynamic sound to it. Which already, that to me, it sounds metal. But what I'm going to do then is I'm going to hop up here and do an octave. I'm going to go 14 to 17 on the D, and 14, 15 on the G. So another octave, 17 to 20, and then 17, 18 on the high. And I just kind of run through all those. Of course, you get descend. Again, all within that blues scale, so you could only know the blues scale and still have a very metal approach to guitar that would fit very, very well in, most metal solos. Alright, so we are continuing to get more difficult with these licks. Now, this one has a little bit of a bigger stretch to it, and we're utilizing some string skipping. So what am I doing here? Well, I'm getting that flat 5 all the way up here now. So I'm going to go all the way to 18, pull off to 12, and I'm skipping the B and going to the G and hitting that flat 5 again. 15, pull off to 12. Hammer back on, then I go to 12 on the high string. So now all I do is I alternate from that 18 to 15 on the high. Everything else stays the same. I'm just kind of sitting there going. Picking, I'm going pick, pull off, which is down. I go pick, pick, so that's 12, 15 is pick, and I hammer back on to 15, so. And 12 on the high string. Now, the reason I'm picking certain notes is this is giving it a more aggressive sound. You could, of course, pick it all, and that'd be the most aggressive, but I like the combination of some picked and some pull off, but I like more picking going on because it gives you more articulation. Alright, so the final one, kind of a doozy. It goes like this. So what is happening? So I'm starting on the low E string and I'm going 12 hammer on to 15. Then I go to the A string and it's 12 hammer on 13. So I'm kind of borrowing stuff from the other licks that we did to create one, I guess you'd call it the super lick. This is the final one. This is its final form. So now I'm going to skip the D and go to the G, which is going to be 12, 15. I go to the high string, 12, 15, pull off to 12, so. Okay. Then 15, pull off to 12 on the G, 13, 12 on the A string, 15 on the low string. I can see my camera's about to die. Can we do it? So I notice when I'm doing these, I'm doing down, I go down, pull off, down, pull off, down, pull off. So I'll hammer on and pull it off. One more time slow. Now after I do that, I end up doing that part twice because I end with 15, 12, hammer on 15, and then the lick starts that way, so you never go. So you go. Alright guys, that'll do it for us here today. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Like I said, make sure you get the tabs, check out my lesson packs, all that kind of stuff. Subscribe, check me out on Instagram, all that good stuff. And I'm just going to have to see you guys next time. Have a good rest of the week, and I'll see you later. Peace out, homies.